Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do another video on the pond here in my backyard. And today we're gonna do a couple things. First, we're gonna get some rocks into the tank itself, some bigger river rocks, just because I want at least a little bit of a texture at the bottom of the tank itself. And then we're gonna do a quick little stop at Petco and see if we might be able to put some plants in here today. Now, at the side of my house here, I have these old river rocks that I'm going to just grab a whole bunch of them, maybe quite a few of them, and get them over into the tank. Now, these guys have never been sprayed with any kind of pesticide or anything like that, because we don't really have that issue here in the desert too much. So I'm just going to grab a whole bunch and just start chucking them into the tank and just kind of give, more of that little river feel. And I want the rocks to be big just because I don't have to worry about any fish potentially swallowing them now or in the future. But we'll start putting them in there and see if we can make something kind of nice. Alright, so I've added a good amount of rocks from that little patch that I had. So we have a nice little riverbed right here, and then we have just a little bit on the bottom just for some texture. And we've gone with the bigger rocks just because it'll make it easier to flush out detritus when we do have any, if we do any kind of like a water change. And also, I'm just going to have little baby fish in here pretty much. So make little nice hiding places for them to hide, but we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna stop by Petco right now and see if we can find some plants for this guy. I don't know if I should, but maybe like a goldfish or two just to kind of get this thing started. But we'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so I am back from Petco, so we'll go ahead and show you kind of what I got. So we did get a couple water lily bulbs. I don't know these ones flower or not, but they might just be like the lily pads, which I'm actually okay with. We did get one of these, which is like a white flowering lily, and it has this weird coconut ball thing in the back. The directions are kind of weird, so we'll open that up and see kind of how it does. And then we got, I think it was called Anacharis, which is a really popular oxygenating plant. One thing that was weird is the guy at Petco said that this thing will not live. It's guaranteed to die. It's meant to be more fish food, which contradicts a lot of what I saw online, but I bought it anyways because why not? It was only like $3 each. I did not buy any fish just because I do kind of feel like this tank being so young, the fish might not live, so it's better just to put the plants in first and then get the fish in later once, there's more of a cycle in the tank. Now, one interesting consideration, obviously I do a lot of reefing, is that I have no problem spending $30, $40, $50 on a saltwater fish, but I kind of don't want to spend even $3 on a freshwater fish. That's kind of funny. Like, there were some guppies I thought I could put in here. They were $3.50. I'm like, nah. Like, guppies should be like $1 at most. But we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to get these guys into this tank first. And then, we'll see what to do with the rest of this stuff. Alright, so we have everything unpacked. First things up is the Anacharis. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I did notice it does float, so we've gone ahead and I just got some old frag plugs, and I tied some rubber bands to it, so at least it'll sink. I have one down there already, but hopefully these guys live. I do notice they are a little on the frail side, which is kind of interesting, but I haven't had plants in a while. So, yeah, hopefully it does fine, and we'll just put them somewhere nice, like maybe just one right there. Yeah, maybe just one right there right now. And then we'll do another one like in this corner right there. And we'll see later on how they do. As far as the bulbs go for these water lilies, I did notice one of them has mold on it. So I'm not too hopeful of that one. This one right here, you see all that mold. But the other one looks okay. So, I mean, either way, we'll give it a shot. They say pretty much just to throw it in the tank. And it'll just grow after like a month. So, I mean, bizarre. Wow. Now, I did see some people mention on Reddit, for example, that they do float a little bit. And basically, it'll sink on its own, supposedly. But we'll see. That was kind of expensive. Those things are like $7 for like regular ass plants. And the last one is this water lily bulb, which is interesting. So I guess the seed is inside this coconut husk. And on the box, it actually says that the coconut husk will clean the water, which I thought was kind of interesting. And at some point, it'll just grow right out of this. And then they give you this little indicator on a string, so that in case you have a really deep pond, you can actually locate where this husk went. But I guess same thing, you just drop it in there, and yeah, hopefully in, you know, a little bit of time, we'll have some water lilies. Oh, it floats too. Maybe I'll give it some time, it'll absorb water, and then it'll sink on its own. But, well, we got a lily. Let's see, does this sink? Yeah, because I can tell there's some air in it. Yeah, it does float a little bit. Maybe if I give it some time, it'll sink. But we'll just leave it for now. We'll see what it does. I mean, I do know a lot of this stuff takes a while to waterlog, unlike a rock in a reef tank. So we'll leave it at that for today. Thank you guys as always for watching. In the next episode, I'll probably add a couple fish in here, maybe some mosquito fish, maybe some low-end goldfish, and we'll see what it does at that point. Peace.